love fast, old school Kawasaki Z1, KZ, Z1R, etc. drag bikes, well, enjoy this machine. This is one of the cleanest all-out motorcycle drag racing machines that you will see of Durwood Rawlings. Thanks for joining us in this video, guys. We're going to take you to Maryland International Raceway and shine the spotlight on some of the great racers in this hotbed known as Maryland International Raceway. Oh, the sweet sound of a classic KZ. For you old school fans, here's another one. If you were wondering why we did not get a time there, Durwood was simply testing in the grudge category. Now we will get a time. Old school versus new school. The old Cowie Dowden at a 903, the ZX14 to an 894. Not much separates them. Top end of the racetrack, getting there first. The old school Cowie takes the win. As I said in this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to bounce around and show you some of the really fast, exciting motorcycles in this series. I know many of you watch this from outside of the Maryland area, and that is always the idea on this channel, to expose motorcycle events and motorcycle racers to the rest of the world. So please, let us know where you're watching from and what your favorite motorcycle is and why. And if you know any of these competitors, then certainly let us know in the comments. This is the grudge bike that somebody was commenting about just days ago, known as the Family Man. As you can tell, family pictured there on the back. It's a fast no-bar Hayabusa. Scoreboards are off. That means we're in the grudge category. Shuts it down for now. Here comes a very interesting machine. This is Dave Norris. Dave Norris, a former Outlaw Pro Street champion. Outlaw Pro Street, you're allowed to use a 7-inch slick and have a 75-inch wheelbase. Unfortunately, that class got cut due to lack of participation. But here comes Dave many years later out of hiatus. Now he fits into a grudge category with his Nitrous GS monster. He's taking on David Page in the Pickin' Pockets Williford Racing Turbo Hayabusa. Turbo bike versus the nitrous bike. Norris getting close to the center line. Watch the wind light down there. Getting across the line first will be the Pickin' Pockets this time. These guys a lot of times just tuning them in, dialing them in, waiting for that big money race. Hey, we are asking you, do you race? And where do you race? Here's Richard Gadsden, one of the top no-bar racers and wheelie bar racers in the world. He's on a motorcycle known as Dead Man. Great tribute to its owner, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Gadsden on a nice clean pass on that GSXR 1000. This young man comes out of the New Jersey area, Nick Mazika. This is a very consistent Suzuki Hayabusa he likes to call clockwork. Love it when these guys name their bikes. Takes you back to the snake and mongoose days. Even though there's not a whole lot of real estate on a motorcycle, you can still get a name in there. That's pretty cool for the fans. Oh, nice clean launch. Nick fights the wheelie. Here comes a familiar rider, ladies and gentlemen. They call him the GOAT, Jeremy Teasley. He's the world record holder in Pro Street. He's been an unbelievable 642. Now, this will give you some insight into how many classes Teasley races. He doesn't just race Pro Street, Real Street. This guy enters about 6 categories throughout the weekend, including grudge. Here he is now on his grudge Suzuki Hayabusa, set to take on an ultra-long Nitrous GSXR 1000 alongside him. Teasley, perhaps the best clutch hand in the world today. Certainly looked fast. Speaking of fast, I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it yet, but let's show you what certainly was the run of the weekend. This is a world record pass. If you have not seen this yet, enjoy this. This is Frankie Stotz, near lane, and his Honda CBR 1000RR. And the man we just spoke about, that's why I wanted to show you this, Jeremy Teasley, far lane. If you're looking for scoreboards, you'll be happy because they are on in this category. This is known as Pro Street. You must run a DOT street legal tire in the back. No wheelie bars, of course. 2 turbocharged machines getting set to make history. Now remember, it was just about a decade ago that the first ever Pro Street 6 happened. Ryan Schnitz did it on a nitrous bike. And that man you're looking at right there, Frankie Stotz, he was second into the 6-second zone. Now the light speed progression this class has experienced is astounding. I'll let you see for yourself. Oh, keep an eye on these fast street bikes, top end of the racetrack. How about a 642 to a 646, 222
Are you kidding
miles
me?
an hour.
Are you kidding me?
46 and we lose.
A 40. Congratulations.
That's on a street tire, folks.
How about that, Crow? He picks up another one. Congratulations. How about that?
Oh, please, one thing I ask, if you're watching this video, if you have any friends with a fast sport bike, please share this with them. Say, hey, you think your sport bike is fast, you got to see what's going on at Maryland International Raceway. This track, guys, is only 80 feet above sea level. That's one of the reasons why it is so quick and there are so many records shattered here. The track prep is always good. They have a well-staffed environment. Always a good show at Maryland International Raceway. They run the XDA Series, formerly the IDBL. Before that, it was MyRock, and then just simply Superbike Showdown. And there's a man we want to talk about a little bit because Aaron Litton set a new speed record, 232 miles an hour. Let's talk to Aaron for 1 second here about his incredible accomplishment and what it's like.
Mr. Litton, a 648 world record on a street tire last pass.
Man,
how do you feel about
awesome.
that?
Awesome. We're very fortunate to have a machine we got and all the sponsors we got. One for everybody that helped us. We definitely couldn't do this stuff. You can't do it on your own. So a lot of good people got us here.
What's the tune-up for this next run?
Hey, to be the same tune-up, just see what it nets in the heat and leave it alone for tonight. You know what I
Good
mean?
luck. Good luck, bud.
Well, let's show you that run again. We want to show you the records that fell here. We went from quick to fast. Now, for all you street bike racers out there that have a friend who say, you know what, my street bike is fast. I can get that mile an hour up there pretty high. Take a look at this. 2 HAYABUSAs. We'll look for the racing. Side by side we go to the finish line. 232 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. That's with no wheelie bar. 232
Guys, we're just
miles
talking
an
about
hour.
what may have happened there. You think he blew it up?
No, I think it was something stupid.
Something
Oil
stupid.
line.
Oil line.
They're not ready for next round.
And I heard him say it's been in since Georgia, Man
Yeah.
Cup. Wow.
Yeah, probably 30 passes on it.
How many passes you get out of these motors?
I mean, we freshen ours up every 7 to 10.
And freshening up includes.
Bearings, you know, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Maybe rings, but that's about it.
Thanks for the info. Let's hope he's got a spare.
I hope so. There we go.
That was one of the riders who came up in the real street category. Let's show you some more pro street action here. I want to know in the comments, do you guys like these pro street motorcycles? What's your favorite class? What should we cover more of here on CycleDrag.com? We cover it all. Everything from street bikes, rallies, to high performance drag bikes, top fuel, nitro burners, nitro Harleys, pro mod bikes, 460, ET, Sportsman, Pro Street, Real Street, Harleys. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Good catch. Good catch, guys. Good catch.
Somebody was screaming. Somebody saw that motorcycle leaking fluids. Great catch. That's an easy cleanup on the starter
there.
That benefits everybody. Boom, 689, 194. And the hits keep coming here at Maryland International Raceway. Definitely right now, if you talk about where is motorcycle drag racing most successful, it's got to be Maryland International Raceway in the north, South Georgia Motorsports Park in the south. Those are the two big tracks. Indianapolis is still very successful as well. A lot of you may remember the most successful organization of all time, AMA Pro Star, which Scooter Keith Kaiser ran from 1989 to about 2006, and he hit all of these demographics. If you could start the perfect series right now in my mind, I'd say South Georgia Motorsports Park, Maryland International Raceway, and Indianapolis. Could you imagine that and get the whole country to try to travel? The problem is, it's a lot harder to get these guys to travel in this day and age. There are so many regional events close to home. The world has changed. It's just hard to get people to follow a 6-race, 8-race national schedule like they did back in 1999. But for those of you that were a part of that, you remember what some of those Gainesville World Finals were like. I remember talking to Keith Scooter Kaiser and him saying, we simply can't have any more motorcycles. We don't have enough track time. Uh-oh, problems out there for the 14. Back in those days, Gainesville 99, Gainesville 2000, those were some of the first races I ever announced. I'm talking 850 motorcycles. Now, some of you might be saying, hey, I've heard those numbers tossed around before. I'm not talking about entries. Today, the way they count them is entries, and that's a good measure and a good metric. But you got to figure if you run Pro ET, Street ET on Saturday, Pro ET, Street ET on Sunday, that's going to double up your entry count by like another 200 bikes. Back in the day, Scooter Kaiser used to get 850 motorcycles in Gainesville. It's crazy. Certainly the sport's changed. There's a lot of great things about the sport. Pro Street and the no wheelie bar racing scene is huge. When I see Pro Street, I think that I must be experiencing what Funny Bike and Top Fuel used to be like back in my father's generation, back in the 80s when there were 30, 40 bikes in the country. Right now, that's the case with Pro Street. When they all come together for the Battle Royale at the end of the year, you can get 30 or 40 of them. And that's great. That's what every class needs. As we continue on here in some garage, we're asking you, what is your all-time favorite motorcycle and why? What motorcycle would you like to drag race? Here's one that's near and dear to our heart on Cycle Drag. This Hayabusa is a lot like the short wheelbase Hayabusa that we have here at Cycle Drag. It's a lot of fun. Oh, some of these bikes, a lot of them using the MTC Stage 2 clutch. A lot of different clutch options. I've noticed in the comments too, some of you have asked, hey, are they leaving off a button? Yes, some of them have a slider clutch where all you have to do is push in that button, let go of the button, and the bike does the work for you. It's called a slider clutch. Drag racers like it because then you can focus on consistency, you can focus on cutting a good light. The MTC Gen 2 clutch is similar too, where you can just throw away that lever and the bike's going to do the work for you. On a stock motorcycle with a stock clutch, you can't do that. You got to have a good clutch hand. To the finish line we go. Also, guys, give us some suggestions. What are some events you would like to see us hit? We will be traveling to some new places here soon, so make sure you stay tuned to this channel. The best way to not miss an update is to subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube, like cycledrag.com on Facebook. On YouTube, you want to smash the bell so you get the notifications. and we will keep you posted. Got some cool stuff coming up. Speaking of cool stuff, let's take a look here. This is a Run Gone Wrong GSXR 1000 set to go. A lot of nitrous oxide on this bike. I don't want to lead you too much, but I'll tell you, sometimes things don't go according to plan. So for all of my drag racing mechanical gurus, tell me what went wrong here on this run. Ooh! What is that? Nitrous system failure? You tell me. Something not right.
Sorry about that. What do you think happened?
He's not sure. We'll take it back to the pits. But certainly a beautiful day for some fast motorcycle drag racing. Hope you guys are enjoying this coverage. And then we jump back into this ET game. One of the best to ever do it, Bob Carlson, ZX14 out of Connecticut, right-hand side. He's taking on the fast Hayabusa. This is all about cutting a light, running a number. It's like golf, like billiards, like bowling. It is a sharpshooter marksman sport. Winners are separated and losers are separated by thousandths of a second. Whoa, Gary Klon's coming up tight on the back tire there. We're trying to push the motorcycles through quickly. To the big end we go. Win light, wow, left-hand lane. It's not often that Bob Carlson is upset. Gary Klontz, they call him the Mighty Mouse. Beautiful Willie Bar GS alongside the No Bar Hayabusa. Another question I have for you, do you like No Bar racing or Willie Bar racing? Which one would you do and why? As you see, based on the difference in Dowling, Clark left second. Can he catch him? Klontz got him, 8:28. Guys, I hope you certainly enjoyed a look at some of these top racers at Maryland International Raceway. Please let me know which motorcycle in here was your favorite and why. And also, check out our very unfortunate incident on the Cycle Drag YouTube page of Ralphie Navarro. You got to see it. It's called Hayabusa Flip. Thank goodness Ralphie was okay and he'll be back. We got much more coming. Make sure you subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Make sure you like CycleDrag.com on Facebook. We'll be hitting the road for much more coverage coming up. For now, it's time to take down the flag and take a look at the racetrack. You think we burnt a little rubber today or what? If you've never tried this, make sure you get out to your local drag strip and give it a shot. It's a ton of fun. If you are an experienced racer, like I said, let me know what you race, where you race. If you haven't, please look for the street. If you have a street bike, a good way to start is the street legal drag racing days. A lot of tracks you can go out for 20 bucks and you'll get as many runs as you want. You can start slow and work your way up. It's a ton of fun, guys. Where can you have that much fun for 20 bucks? Head on out to your drag strip. I do have one warning for you though. A guy told me about golf. He said if you pick up a golf club, one warning is you may never be able to put it down. That's one reason why I've never really picked one up. But I can tell you the same thing is true with motorcycle drag racing. You give this sport a shot, you're going to love it. It's a ton of fun. It's such an incredible mental challenge, such a challenge of equipment no matter what category that you are in. So again, let us know what you race and where you race, or simply what is your favorite motorcycle. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We really appreciate it. We are looking forward to the big Man Cup Finals coming up in November. Valdosta, Georgia. Make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you check out a recent video that we did here on Cycle Drag, a Brock's Performance exhaust system install and review complete with the essential burnout. You got to see. That's on this channel, Cycle Drag on YouTube. Subscribe, check it out. If you have a friend who needs to upgrade their exhaust system, this is something you want to see. It is money well spent, I guarantee you that. Much more coming, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to Psycho Drag on YouTube. Thank you for liking psychodrag.com on Facebook. We got more coming.